to be outside. So here we are. We're coming in to check in with, this will be the first one for May, the month of May, our letting go guidance session. And so if you're here with me live, say hi. As you know, I like to come in here and we just sort of feel into the energy together, kind of have a little check-in energetically. How are things going? And see what we can let go of. That's what this whole system is about, of letting go of things that are maybe making us not align with our purpose, keep us off track somehow. And talking about being on track, we're still in the phases of the moon. We're still in an action phase. We've got a full moon coming on Thursday, I believe it is, the full moon. And so this is the time to be looking at what is it you need to do in order to feel in alignment with your calling? Are you feeling like you're in alignment with your calling? And is there a little bit of course correction or using that question? If you've watched these before, you know one of my favorite questions to ask is, how do I feel about myself here? And when I say here, it means like, how do I feel about myself when I'm talking like this, when I'm connecting, when I'm doing these actions, when I'm not doing these actions? And so it's just to come into allowing yourself to be steered by the wisdom of your heart rather than getting into the mind chatter. And that's another big part of the letting go idea, is that you are not going to resolve or figure things out by your thinking processes, because it's really about coming into what you feel, and then allowing your feelings to be your compass, your direction, your guiding force that shows you when you're on track or not. Hope that makes sense. If you need more sort of ideas or insights into that idea, just ask in the questions below in the comment section or pop me a message. So all that said, that's kind of what it feels like. May, the month of May, it's a 5 month. It's about change. This is about change. And actually today, May the 4th, is Star Wars Day. May the Force be with you. So like I said, powerful energies in May of us taking ownership, changing things up, getting on track, getting on in alignment. So with that idea, just park any to-dos or gotta be's or anything like that. Take a nice deep breath with me. Land fully into this moment. Good, and another nice breath. Good. You can feel all that busyness quieting down in your mind. Take one more deep breath. Good. And now together in our mind, we can use our mind to direct our awareness, our attention. So in our mind, we can pose this question: what can we let go of in order to more fully align with who we are? Maybe what can we let go of in order to recognize the best action steps to take to keep us on track, to be all that we intend to be? So let's see what comes up for this week. And what comes up, this is an interesting one, is loneliness. So I know during these times, there are a lot of us who are home-based, who maybe are not getting to physically interact with people. So is loneliness showing up or becoming, good morning, Andrea. Nice to see you here. So Andrea, we're working on letting go of loneliness. So I'm just encouraging people to just feel into that. Where does loneliness create a sense of lack or a sense of being down? Because of course you are never alone. That's the beauty of being able to meet by video, to have emails, to have phone. And are you doing that enough? Are you reaching out when you need to have a sounding board or communicate with something with someone? Or just ask. There's so many opportunities for us to get past this idea of loneliness. So I'm just going to read out of my guidebook what I have here too. Just feel into that. Is there a layer that's making you play small or not recognize what you can do because of this idea of feeling alone or feeling lonely. And then let me see if this inspires you to go a wee bit deeper with that idea. So it says, this card has come up for you today to encourage you to think or to decide that loneliness is no big deal. Truth is, we all get lonely at times. It's just a part of life. Our only job is to recognize it, name it, lean into it, and then let it go. Sometimes letting loneliness go will require you to sit in the feeling long enough to allow yourself to get to a place where you're willing to try just about anything to get through it. In fact, it's funny, one of my clients that I would normally see in person refused to do any kind of video chat because she just felt like it was not going to work for her. But of course, she got to that place of loneliness, of being, hi Tony, nice to see you here, of feeling like she would do about anything. And of course, she has now had a number of sessions via Zoom. So like I said, it's that sometimes we have to feel those feelings long enough to then say, I'm going to do anything it takes to get out of this. In that space, you can find a spiritual energy that will help you shift to the next step. So this is not about judging yourself or making yourself wrong. It's just acknowledge it, be with it, and see what can you do to flow through it. It's a good thing to come up while we're doing these action steps too, like I said, that are governed by the phase of the moon. At times we need to just train our chattering monkey minds to not wallow in the loneliness. Whenever the obsessing starts, we can literally say to ourselves, let it go, or let go. So I hope that serves you, and let me know, how does that show up for you? How does telling yourself that story or letting it go or finding that spiritual oomph within you to shift through it? It's just stay with that. And like I said, it's going to be at your right pace. Nobody can tell you how to do this. This is for you to feel into what's the best way for you. So all that being said, I'm just shuffling my tarot cards here because we're going to get one tarot card and then I'll pull 3 of the angel cards to help us get more insight, more clarity on this idea of letting go of loneliness. So let's see. This is beautiful. The card that's come up for us today is the World. So I love this card. And if you watch my lives here, you'll find out that there's a lot of cards in the tarot that I love. But the World truly is one. Because that one feels to me like it's a reminder to say you have the world in the palm of your hand. And sometimes, as you can see, the symbology on there is a solo person, one person. So maybe sometimes when you feel alone, you can recognize that it's a situation you've created for yourself to contemplate, where are you headed? Where have you been? Where have you headed? Are there pieces of yourself that you get to have a more deeper relationship with in order to be more fully of service to others, and fully in alignment with what your calling is, what your unique gifts are? So this sense of loneliness that we're going to work on letting go of, it could be a gift to help you recognize what's your part in all this. In all this, meaning the global experience that we are all going through together. So, all that being said, now I'm shuffling Doreen Virtue's angel cards here. I find that these cards really support this process that I go through with you every week, the letting go process. And let's see what insights come up here. So, first one is expect a miracle. So while you're in your bubble or feeling whatever you're feeling, you have the right, you have the power, you have the capacity to expect miracles. And sometimes all you need to do is meditate. So meditate on that card, like I said, the tarot card being the World. You can meditate and expect a miracle, and guess what it brings about is harmony. Don't you love that? So look at the power of letting go of that sense of loneliness. Always reminding, thanks Andrea, always reminding yourself, Even if you do feel alone because you're physically apart from your loved ones or the people you love to connect with, you're never, ever alone. And you can do things like just put your hand over your heart, take a deep breath, do some meditating, create some new miracles that you can envisage and create for yourself. So I wish you an amazing week, and let me know, how does this land? How does this fit for you? I wish you a beautiful week. Thank you for watching.